Alright, so I'm going to do another follow-up video. Yeah, I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, Brad, you know, Raw sucked. Okay, I understand, you know, but just move on right now. Fuck you, I'll do what I want. See, the reason why I do a lot of these videos is because I need to let off some aggression, some rage. I need to release my anger, and I think about these videos as a, you know, as not only a channel to get across my wrestling opinions, but you know, the fucking world just pisses me off. And when I see one of my biggest passions, like professional wrestling, turn into the big lump of shit that it's become, I gotta fucking scream at the camera. I gotta fucking, you know, let my rage out. Because unfortunately, you know, in the real world, it's illegal to go around fucking punching people. You know, I want to just like fucking go outside and just, yeah, that's what I think, you know, because John Cena keeps on fucking winning with this moronic ass fucking Superman bullshit. I just want to go and just fucking knuckle up and just punch somebody in the fucking face, but I can't do that because I'd be arrested or some shit. You know, so I'd rather just fucking punch the camera, but I can't do that because then if I punch the camera, I'll break it and I have to buy a new one. And I don't want to do that. So instead, I'm just going to fucking yell, scream, and complain about this fucking bullshit. The 20th anniversary of Raw. There was nothing celebratory about this 20th anniversary celebration. There was nothing celebratory about this show except for the fucking party favors. The fucking confetti they threw at the Big Show. And that was so fucking moronic, cheesy. It was the fucking crappiest thing I ever seen in my goddamn fucking life. They should have just put a fucking party hat on Big Show and just, you know, just get it over with already. This shit was just stupid. And oh man, I was so happy when I saw the comments. You know, the thing is that people actually agree with me. Instead of just having a whole bunch of PG motherfuckers come and attack me like they usually do, people actually in droves. Yeah, I know a lot of my subs support me, and I thank you for that. But a lot of fucking people come on here and they flame me, you know, saying, oh, what are you talking about? The show was great. 20th anniversary. But people, they didn't do that. For once, they took their lips off the gigantic man cock and actually saw Raw for what it was. A big flaming piece of garbage. And I saw the comments and I was amazed that Sean's View actually agreed with me. I mean, for once the guy admitted that this shit was bad. Because I mean, this was a very hard show to defend. I mean, you really have to be just like out there if you thought that this show was good. You know, you'd have to get on the fucking special bus or some shit like that. Because this was just so fucking bad. I mean, they promised us returns, DX, Stone Cold. The rumors were running wild with this show. You know, great shit was going to happen. They talked about, you know, even former mid-card talent coming back, and none of that shit came to pass. The only returns we got were Mick Foley and Ric Flair, and both those segments sucked. But one of the comments, a couple of people said this, and I forgot to mention. I was fucking kicking myself in the head. Yeah, I know that's kind of impossible because, you know, I can't bend my foot in that way to kick myself in the head. But I guess I was fucking punching myself in the head because I forgot to mention that Vince McMahon, what he said at the top of the show, that he's a genius, that 5 billion people have watched Raw since, you know, since it started. And the thing is, that might be true. But they've also lost fucking 5 billion viewers. Every week people are tuning out. Do you know in the third hour of Raw where they had their best shit, you know, the biggest things on the card, you know, the concert, the steel cage match, that's when they lost their most viewers. So no one even fucking saw that shit. The biggest stuff they saved towards the end. And because they couldn't stand the other 2 hours of fucking bullshit. The show was so horrible. You had just the most moronic material planned for a 20th anniversary show. You know, as I said, this was even pretty shitty by normal Raw standards. I mean, you know, and the fact that it was a 20th anniversary just speaks volumes about how they don't give a fucking shit. It's, you know, it's just that they don't care. It's got to be that at this point. That they really just don't give a shit. Because to put out a shit, poor performance like this, it really just shows like the negligence that Vince McMahon just does not care. And this guy calls himself a fucking genius. And then you see, you know, how childish the whole night is. And how, you know, a genius. This does not look like the work of a genius at all. It looks like the work of a fucking retard snorting cocaine. You know, with a blindfold on or some shit like that. I mean, I'm watching this and I'm watching John Cena imitate Superman in the main event. As you know, this guy is everything almost happened to him in that match. You know, I almost thought that a fucking plane was gonna come out of this guy and fucking hit that motherfucker, and he still would have kicked out. You know, so Vince McMahon being a genius, I'm just staring at the screen, and I'm like, you're not a fucking genius. You're a fucking dumbass. You let one of the best things ever, the WWE, the biggest wrestling company in the world that was once amazing, become a big piece of shit. So a 3.2 ain't nothing to get excited about at all. This was one of the worst fucking shows I had ever seen. A genius, a fucking moron is what Vince McMahon is.